Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank also all my subscribers. I really appreciate it. For today's project, I want to show you how I made these fabric mug coasters. You can use these as mug coasters to place your mugs on or your cups on, or they can just be placed on the table and used as decoration. Hello crafters. Once you have gathered all your supplies that you need that I have listed for you, then you can get started. Once you selected the fabric that you're going to use, you're going to cut it into squares big enough to put your circle pattern on. The first thing you want to do is do some embroidery on your material, on your fabric. But this is optional if you don't have an embroidery machine. But if you do, then it's always nicer when you add some words or some decorations to your patterns. You have completed with all your embroideries, then you can iron your wonder under to the back of the fabric. And even if you are not doing embroidery, you still are going to iron your wonder under to the back of the fabric, because we are going to fuse your heart to the circles. Once you are done ironing your wonder under to the back of your fabric, now you can trace your heart and cut them out. Next thing I did was to trace my circle on a piece of fabric. I traced my circle using 2 pencils. This gives me my seam allowance and my space for when I want to cut around the circle with my pinky shears. Now I'm ready to iron and fuse my heart to the center of the circle. And I'm able to do this because I ironed some wonder under to the back of the heart. And so you peel the paper off and your heart is fusible now. So you'll be able to iron it to the center of the circle and it will be fused onto the fabric. Once I iron all of my hearts to the center of the circle, I'm now able to sew all around the heart using a zigzag stitch. When you're sewing around the heart, this is when you can put your interface behind your fabric so that it can be sewn on to your fabric. But if you forget, you're still able to put your interface behind your fabric before you sew in the back of the fabric. So you're going to have the front, which is where the pattern is, your heart pattern. Then you're going to have your interface, and then you're going to have another piece of fabric. Now I'm ready to sew all 3 pieces together. You're going to sew the front where the pattern of the heart is, your interface, and the back side of your coaster. When I'm sewing the 3 pieces together, I'm going to sew a circle all around, and I'm going to use the pattern of the circle that I have as a guide, so that when I sew the circle, it's pretty straight, because without it I might sew a crooked circle or something, so it helps. Once I have completed sewing the full circle and I have sewn all 3 pieces together, I can now cut the circle with my picky shears using the traced line that I made as a guide to make sure that I cut a straight circle. And now I am done. I have finished making my coaster. I hope that my sewing tutorial was easy to follow and that it encouraged you to make your own. If you're liking my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so you won't miss out on other tutorials. Thanks again for watching. Have a good day, stay safe. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, have fun keeping it crafty.